All right, we are live. What's going on, everybody? I am Charles Smith III, the host of the T-Shirt Millionaires live show. And today, we usually have one-on-one interviews, but today it's me. We got a couple ladies. It's Sasha and Sue. They are a dynamic duo of the Crafting Besties. And so basically today, we're going to have a sublimation conversation. That's crazy, Ryan. We're going to have a sublimation conversation. And we're going to talk about how to, you see those shirts where it's printed all over, or whether it's a mug or, different products like that. We want to talk about what they do and how they teach people to add these type of products to their product line and also make money with it as well. So this is going to be amazing. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to the whole convo. Y'all know how we do. I'm going to go ahead and hit this intro video. We'll be right back to have a great conversation with the Crafting Besties. What's happening, T-Shirt Millionaires? I'm Charles Smith III, the host of the T-Shirt Millionaires live show. And today we have Sasha and Sue of the Crafting Besties. Ladies, how y'all doing today?
Hi.
That's what's
Thank
up.
you for having us.
Yes. I've been wanting to ask y'all, when I figured out and I saw this whole Crafting Besties thing, is y'all really besties for real? Or it's just part of the
Absolutely. Look, you see these? Wait, let me get my hand right.
So it's real. Chat and you know it's real. I love that. That's what's up. That's kind of so. Get all the business stuff. How did this whole friendship start? Where did this originate from?
So I created this Facebook group called Crafting Besties. I was just wanting to show people how to craft because along the way, I was backstabbed a lot. And so I said, I'm going to show everybody how to do it. And she joined the group and she became a moderator. And we took off from there. And she just became my business partner and we lit.
Well, y'all lit. So how long ago was this? How long ago?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So y'all been rocking and rolling since.
Yeah.
So Sue, were you doing like crafting and stuff before, meeting Sasha and y'all teaming up?
Yes, I was doing crafting part-time because I was actually still active duty military, but I was crafting and doing, a few other entrepreneurial jobs that I had.
That's dope. Okay, so cool. So I want to talk about kind of just not even just the sublimation part, because y'all say crafting, and when you say crafting, in my mind, there's a lot of projects and stuff that come to my mind. So for the both of y'all, we'll start with you first, Sasha. What type of crafting were you doing? Like what were you doing?
Well, I was doing everything from party favors to shirts to tutus to sublimation, everything craft. So the group is the same way, everything craft.
Word. And what about you, Sue?
Same. My biggest thing were t-shirts and party favors and what cake decorating too. So all that is still crafting. So yeah.
Right. Okay. So when you first started, was it more of like a hobby? Let me see what I can do. Or did you automatically move into business? You know what I'm saying? Were you selling stuff?
It started as a hobby.
Yeah.
It started as a hobby.
Okay.
And then Cosmos Inc. joined the group. And he was like, hey, you need to create you a business. You got something going here. So that's what we did.
That's dope. Okay, cool. So y'all were making these party favors, t-shirts, all these different things. And y'all came together. So tell me, as far as entrepreneurship, was this something that was ingrained in y'all for a long time? Did you always be like, I want to own a business, or did it just kind of, start at some point in time?
Well, for me, I didn't own a business. It kind of was just learn as I go. And if I make a mistake, I just correct it and keep going. But Sue, she already had a catering business. So, we kind of took some tips from there and went on ahead with it, but definitely a trial and error along the way.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So, all right. So when y'all ended up linking together, what was kind of those initial conversations? Okay, we're going to come together and we're going to do this. I know, Sasha, you talked about you had some stuff happen in the past, right?
Yes.
So, and you talked about it seemed like it had to deal with people. What made you kind of feel confident enough to be like, okay, I'm going to work with somebody else?
Well, I don't trust that much after all those incidents that happened, but we kind of just formed a connection because we would talk like every morning before I went to work, and then every evening when I was getting off work. And she just was like, you working hard. If you want to try to invest, I'm with you. Like whatever you want to do, let's do it. And so we just did it.
So I want to kind of, I'm not going to press hard, I'm not going to press, what I'm saying, crazy what happened, all right? But I think that there's probably a valuable lesson that you learned during them circumstances when it comes to partnership, right? When it comes to working with people, some people be like, no, I'm not going to get a partner because of the things that can potentially happen that are bad. And then it can have its good times like, you and Sue have right now. But what did you learn from, what was the pure lesson that you learned from those times when those partnerships didn't work?
I would just say I learned not to be so trustful right away to like kind of get a feel for people. And, you learn to watch out for fast mouthers. You just learn as you go. And now I know, like, peep everybody out. Don't just go off of the words they're saying, but go off their actions as well. Because what happened to me was I started a business. I got overwhelmed because I had so many orders. Okay. And I invited somebody to come in and help me do the orders. But instead of her helping me do the orders, she went look for all the suppliers and did everything herself. And she had a big celebrity friend. And she was like, my friend is going to shout me out. So if you don't want to change your name to join me, then, I'm going to have to cut you out. So that's how that went.
Oh, man, that's hardcore. That's hardcore right there. So she went on with that. So she came on with you, did something else.
Taught her everything.
And it turned on you. So that's tough right there. So, man, So watch for the fast talker, you know what I'm saying? Watch for the ones, you know what I'm saying? You got to fill them out over time. Sue, you got any thoughts as far as partnerships and things to watch for?
I would say the same. I'm a very observant person. I'm a Virgo, right? So we are observant in nature. So she always get me for that, but I kind of sit back and I watch everything, right? I try to be the better half of us too, just to know that everybody is not what they say they are. So I'm a little bit older than Sasha. So I have been through a little bit more than Sasha, especially when it comes to the business aspects. I've always really been an individual, right? Hard to trust people too, but I learned to let people in. Then you're going to get burned, but you're going to have a life lesson from it. So I just want to kind of teach her those things that, hey, if I'm in it, if you're in it, I'm in it. I was all in 100%, whatever her goal or her vision was. I always tell people to stretch your vision as further as you stretch it, right? That's how you accomplish those goals. And I was behind her 100%.
That's extremely valuable. Well, no, I appreciate just the candor, the transparency, right? Of, you all sharing that insight about partnerships and things that people should watch for. I think people in the audience, they probably have dealt with that or maybe thought about, teaming up with somebody before. And I definitely think that's some wisdom that they can take before they make that decision. So I truly appreciate that. So, all right, y'all come together. What are kind of the first steps that y'all start taking, along this journey together? I know you got a big Facebook group. I know you're doing a lot of stuff, but what were the first initial things that y'all did when y'all teamed up?
Getting to know one another, right? And then, of course, talking about our goals and the vision we had, and then just doing that research.
So talk to me about that then, because I heard goals, I heard vision, right? And I'm sure that you probably had a vision that had some synergy. But what was the vision, right? What type of vision did you have about y'all's future?
My goal was to quit the post office because I was working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I was just like, if I can find something to spend more time with my family, spend more time with my kids, and not be treated like crap, then that's my goal, to make sure that happened.
What about you? What about you, Sue?
And for me, I'm a retired military veteran. I was in the military 21 years. And for me, I always said once I retired, I didn't want to work for anyone, right? So I was always an entrepreneur. But for Sasha, I understood her circumstances, where she was at when she was working with the post. I was like, hey, you have to have something beyond that. I'm all about leaving a legacy, right, for the kids that you have in your family, because a lot of us come from that. So let's change the trajectory of that, right? Let's leave that legacy for our kids. And we can only do that by building your own brand and building your business.
That's dope. That's dope. I love that. I love, both angles about, the legacy. Y'all have this vision. Sasha, you wanted to end up leaving the post office. So Sasha, did you ever just completely leave that post office job?
Yeah,
and how far into it did you do that?
I was at the post office for 6 years, and I had this route that I really, really liked, but management will always just pick on me for every little thing. I guess because I have a shape, so the women would get kind of jealous. And when she told me something like, I'm tired of telling you about something with a package, and I'm like, well, I do it the way you guys told me to do it. I follow the policy. Right. And she was just like, we'll have a talk later. Like every little thing was just nitpicking. And I was like, no, we're not going to talk later. I'm going to go my way and you go your way. And I just went my way.
Wow. Listen, but let me add, Liam.
Yeah.
Okay. We did not look. I think when you become comfortable, right, in a situation, which is what she was, right, knowing that where your bread meets your butter, at the rubber meets the road, where you're going to end at. Can I quit my job and survive? Yeah. Right, being an entrepreneur. But I kept enforcing in her, hey, I have your back no matter what it was, that you have to go the distance. So she didn't want to quit. And even when she did quit, listen, she kept trying to go back to work. She kept trying to find every reason to go back to work. Yeah. I just didn't want, you can't do that. We got too much going on with Crafting Besties. So yeah, I think we started expanding and growing bigger. And then she saw, I was like, hey, I can't, I have to dedicate my time to the business because, right, she had no time for the post office.
Right. Well, first, I think that's amazing. I mean, it's crazy what happened at the job, but you ended up leaving. But to know that you had Sue right there to push you and say, it's going to be okay, I got your back. Like, I think that's just powerful all in itself. A lot of the times, if you're walking by yourself, when those doubts come in, it's going to be hard to, kind of overcome them at points in time, but you had that support. And I think that's just extremely amazing. And kudos to y'all for forming that, bond to be able to, support each other that way. So you wanted to go back to work, Sasha. You were trying to go back. So what type of activity were y'all doing in the business at that time to be able to support, your lifestyle, take care of home while you're building this business without having to go back to the job?
I think at that time we were steady and consistent. We were just still trying to meet the demand, supply and demand, when it came to, providing the paper. But along where we get the paper from, right, there's a time and there's a wait for it. So in between that, we started adding other things to our brand to kind of set that off, right? And then now the brand has expanded. And so we're in overflow of doing work, right? So there's no stopping from here. And we always creating and, brainstorming what can we add next to make sure the business doesn't stop.
No, well, I think that's dope. So, all right. So I want to kind of rewind a little bit somewhere in the story then. So basically y'all were selling the paper at that point in time, right?
Yes.
Now, was there ever a period of time where you all kind of did sublimation or crafting and you sold things to the public? Maybe you printed t-shirts and people and did custom orders and stuff, or was it just the paper?
No. Yeah, we did custom orders, but once we started the paper, it kind of blew up so fast we had to stop doing custom orders.
Ah, I see. Okay, so that makes perfect sense to me. So I'm gonna rewind a little bit further back then. Y'all, I know before we talked about, you doing a lot of different not custom items, but crafting stuff. What kind of first off, what is sublimation? Talk to me about sublimation. What is this sublimation process for those who may not understand what it is?
Basically, sublimation, you use a specific type of ink, and we use Cosmos ink, and it is heat activated. That's what our paper is. So when you print your image using the sublimation ink, it is heat activated using the heat press, right, to get the image to transfer from the paper to the substrate or the t-shirt, the cup, the mug, whatever you're using.
Got it. So you can put it on a whole bunch of different products, right, based on this paper. And so what are kind of like, is it popular? Do people love that all around print look? Is that kind of a style for a lot of people? Talk to me about that and just the trend of sublimation, period.
Yes, look, Sasha has a shirt that she'll show you, but it's a very popular trend, with rest in peace designs. When funerals come, people get them a lot. We've created one for Crafting Besties, right? It's the ink release for me. And this is the all over shirt. Wow. So it's very popular on just not just all over, but just a regular shirt design, something that people can wash and wear constantly rather than, it's fading away.
Wow. So that is like extremely detailed. And is it all, I see it's on the sleeve, it's on the front.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it on the back too?
No. We didn't do the back, but you
didn't do the back for that one? Wow. So how long, because that looks so detailed and it's like on every part of the front and the sleeve. How long does it take to create something like that? Like how long did it take to create that shirt?
Once you design
it, it's about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
And that's just from prepping the shirt to pressing it.
Wow. So all right. So this is amazing. So the design, how do you do you design it on Photoshop? How do you come up with the design? How does that whole process work as far as the design?
Just different softwares you can use. You can use Silhouette, Design Space, Photoshop, Affinity, Inkscape. All those are softwares you can use to design for using sublimation.
Okay. So once you design it, then do you print something out? How does that work after that? What's the next step in the process?
Once you design it, you want to have your converted printer. Some people like to convert the printers themselves. Some people buy printers already converted. So you print using your sublimation ink and of course your Crafting Besties paper. Once you print, it becomes heat activated. You put it on there. Some people have smaller presses, so they tape it and split it in sections and do the all over shirt. And then some people have bigger presses where they just press one sheet. So it just depends on the person, and we walk people through these steps in our Facebook group. So if y'all watching, make sure y'all join the Bestie Hive.
Yeah, y'all make sure. Look, I see Bestie Hive all in these comments too. Y'all got y'all a family for real. I see them all in these comments. So that's dope. That's dope, y'all. So for this sublimation stuff, because it's so detailed, I'm guessing what are the price points? I mean, I'm sure everybody has their own thing, but what are the price points higher for these type of shirts?
It just depends if you're doing like the shirt, like what we have on. Wait, where's my camera? Can I start? Like this is just a regular shirt, and people normally sell these for like $20 or something. But if you're doing that all over design, those all over designs start at like maybe $35 for the front.
Right.
And then you still have to, if you want something on the back, that's extra as well.
Okay. No, that's fire. That's fire. So I love just the fact of, you kind of people taking this approach for anybody who may want to get started. It's a way that you can offer more like premium products in your product line, right? And sell to your customers. So that's really good to know. Now, you talked about that's how you started. You did, when you were selling the custom orders, how were you selling them through the website? Did people contact you in person? Like, what were the main ways you were selling this stuff?
Mainly through
Etsy.
I did it through Etsy. We were both on Etsy. Instagram as well.
Dope. So Etsy, people come through, they buy, and what? Do y'all just posted it on Instagram and just people will find the page and
it just like with the custom items. I sent one of the Saints players a pillow. His name is Cam Jordan. He's like one of the best defensive players. Hopefully he see this one day. Hey Cam. Anyway, but I sent him a pillow and he put it on his page and shouted it out. And some other Saints players got pillows, and the numbers just blew up from there. The custom orders was rolling in. It just was amazing.
Right, that's fire. That's fire. Hey man, I just can't deny all these bumblebees that I'm seeing. I can't deny these bees that I see coming all across my screen. Y'all got it rocking, man. Okay, that's what's up. All right, bet. So you said that it got to a point. So when you were kind of doing custom orders, what paper were you using at that time? I'm guessing y'all's wasn't created yet. What type of paper were you using?
Other.
No, we used other.
Hey, I'm right with you. Hey, I ain't mad at it at all. I ain't mad at you at all. I
keep it
real. Crafting Besties. I ain't mad at you. So look, y'all was using this other paper. All right. So how long into it? And especially from the time that y'all ended up meeting to the time where you were like, you know what, I want to go ahead and create my own paper. How did that whole thing come into play?
I think that was the first year.
Well, I had a conversation with Angelo, and he was like, I really think you guys should start doing paper. And I linked up with him. We went researching and we found the best paper to complement his ink, and it just took off from there.
That's dope. That's dope. And so y'all went through the process. How long did it take from, okay, I want this paper to, okay, I finally got it in my hand. It goes through the manufacturing process. How long did it take to do that?
Like 2 months.
2 months. Cool. Was that a kind of were you kind of patient going through it, or was like, I want to hurry up and get my stuff here?
I was very patient because I was nervous. I didn't know if it was going to sell, and we invested a lot into it. And I was just wondering, like, will we get our money back? Like, is this a good decision? Like,
right. No, I think that's I understand it. And the reason why I asked, when I first started selling online, I created a product. I got it manufactured in China. And I just remember, and they had, it's time difference. So when it was night here, it was morning there. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be going to work, coming after work, emailing at night. And I just remember that whole process. Like, I just want to get this in my hands, right? Yeah. So how was it when that pack came from overseas, you opened it up and you looked at it and you saw it? Tell me about that feeling in that moment in time.
I was like, oh my God, we really doing this shit. Like,
How you was feeling, Sue?
Wait, she got the package because it went to her first, right? So she's like, I gotta FaceTime you. I gotta show you the package because at the end of the day, I'm all about branding. We're both all about branding because could we have just stuck a cover sheet on a pack of paper? We definitely could have did that. But when you stand behind something and you believe in it, right? We had to go all out and investing our own money. Definitely was, like you said, we were timid about doing it. Are we gonna make it back? When that first pack came in, I was like, man, that's amazing. Now we just need to see how far will it go.
How many units did y'all order at first?
I think we tested the waters because we wanted to see, was it going to sell? Before we went all in and did a larger investment and then didn't recoup that. But after we saw how it sold, the response to the besties and anyone else that's actually using Crafting Besties paper, we went all in.
Right. That's fire. Okay. So y'all get it. Y'all see it. It's that excitement there. What's the next step that y'all took to start pushing it out into the market and start selling what you had?
Man, like the Facebook group, we didn't have to push it. They pushed it for us. Wow. Everybody, they was like, y'all get y'all Crafting Besties paper. That's that crack paper. And crack paper was a hashtag. I was like, crack paper? It was so bad that
I think they held it up at customs for that crack paper.
They said it was crack paper.
Hey.
So it was like crazy. Facebook definitely took off. Our Bestie Hive, it sell out in seconds.
Right. So I gotta let's back up. So we talk about this a lot. I've heard from a lot of people that I've interviewed on the show. There is a huge benefit when you are able to build an audience, make a connection, build a relationship with a group of people prior to selling them something.
Right.
So talk to me about this audience building, because again, like I said, I see all these B's in these comments. It's one of them things. It's like, no, don't mess with Sasha and Sue because they got a whole bunch of background. You know what I'm saying? But talk to me about you building this audience. What are the things that you were doing to build this community over time? Because it's amazing.
Before we started selling paper, we would just teach people everything from A to Z, everything about crafting, the stuff that people paying $300 and $400 for to join these Facebook groups. We teach it all for free. Wow. If they need help, like tutorials, one-on-one, our inboxes was always open, and everybody was just like, y'all are so humble. Like, whatever y'all come up with, we supporting it.
Wow. And so y'all fed into that group, free content, provided your time, built that relationship. And then by the time you ended up getting stuff, people were already rocking with you, and it's just almost like a no-brainer. Boom.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Cool. So y'all sold out. So y'all sold out that first batch just like that.
I want to say, look, I remember so vividly because I think people kept inboxes like, y'all out of paper. It was like 8 minutes. Yeah, we sold out in 8 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. So okay, so y'all sold out. Now we always know that when there's sales, there's fulfillment. So talk to me about the fulfillment part, right? How did that process go of getting them orders out to everybody? Talk to me about what y'all was going through with that.
Ooh.
No sleep.
Yes.
No sleep.
No sleep for like 4 or 5 days.
Like 4 days straight, from 6 in the morning to the next morning. We was like, everybody think we Walmart or something. We have all these workers, but it's not. It's just me, Sue, her husband, my husband, and now we have workers. But it was just us four, and we was packing thousands of orders, and we wasn't getting no sleep at all. So I couldn't continue working at the post office. Like, I had one eye open, one eye closed, and for us, we like to make sure each order is fulfilled the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we barely got any sleep. Then it was a learning process. What boxes do we use? Like, how do we want to ship people their products? And it was a lot.
I understand. I get it. And did y'all Sasha and Sue, did y'all take it back to that post office y'all worked at?
Yes.
Yeah. So what they were saying to you when you walking in with all them bags?
We didn't even, when I tell you, we pulled up with 2 U-Hauls full of packages.
What?
I was like, I need all these scanned in, please, because we need to make sure that our customers, it says received by post office.
Right.
Yeah, they was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you, I need to Google your company. Like, what is this?
Yeah. They were shocked. I'm sure they were shocked. Did the lady that was giving you a hard time, did she know you pulled up with these 2 U-Hauls?
Oh yeah, she know. They was like, your name is ringing in district. Everyone wants to know who Crafting Besties is. I'm like, it's Sue and Sasha.
It's Sue and Sasha for sure. That I love that, man. I think that's an amazing. That's funny to me, but I'm so happy that you was able to show that you were shining in what you were doing. So y'all go ahead, y'all team no sleep. Y'all luck packing orders. Go to the U-Haul, drop everything off. So tell me about the whole re-up process. What did you do next when it came to reordering and different stuff like that?
Well, I think we just discussed it. Like, as soon as we sold out, we already was discussing like, okay, we got to up the order. We got to triple the order. We have to make sure this stays in stock, which it's been still hard to meet the demand, but we're working on it and we're getting it done. It's better now than it was before.
Absolutely. That's dope. That's good. So when people tell me about, the feedback that you heard when, your customers got their packages, right? So you shipped them off, they got them, what was happening? I went on your Instagram, I see a whole bunch of ladies holding up the paper and different stuff. So tell me about, was y'all getting just inboxes? What's happening with that?
Well, everybody was like, I got my paper, and they were sending us pictures holding the paper. And like the one lady started it, she was like, I got my crack. I was sitting outside at the mailbox for this crack paper. And everybody just started sending us pictures holding up their paper. And when we came up with like, okay, we're going to be the Bestie Hive. So we created a wall in our store for all our Hive members. So everybody who sent us pictures, we have it in a frame and it's all over the store.
That's so fire. That's dope. So at that point in time, is that when you ended up naming it the Bestie Hive?
We was working on it. We was like, you know what? We need to get some kind of.
Yeah, I think we started rebranding.
Yeah, we was rebranding, and we was like, we need like a mascot or something. And everybody know I love Beyonce. Like, I'm Team Beehive. I was like, oh, we besties, so we can make it the Bestie Hive.
Right.
It went.
That's fire. I love that. I think that's dope. So y'all were doing everything out the house, right? It was out the house.
Yes.
So at what point in time did you move from the crib and you moved kind of like to a different spot where you were fulfilling stuff?
We moved November.
We started
November,
but it was like what, like maybe 5 months?
Probably
like 5 months when the garage got full and the post office was like, y'all need a stove. We're not picking up no more.
Right. Okay, cool. So how was that whole process of searching for a store? How long did that take? Tell me about how that was.
It didn't take us long. It took us like maybe
I think it was like
a week or two.
A week to find what we wanted. I think we're trying to find something what we wanted, a storefront, but we also wanted to have a
and then we didn't want nothing that was like outrageously big or nothing that was too small. Like we knew we were going to outgrow the location we're in now. We just didn't know it was going to be this fast.
Yeah, yeah. So with it happening that fast, how do y'all look at that? I mean, do you look at it like, man, I didn't even think it was gonna happen like that. Like, tell me just about like because y'all have exceeded, I guess, maybe the expectations that you thought. Tell me about that. Like, what's your mindset around that?
Basically, you just said it, because that's what we just were talking about. Like,
we mind blown.
We didn't even see ourselves even ever getting to this position this fast. Anyway, like it would happen over time, but for it to go this fast is crazy.
Congratulations.
And our moderators are so helpful. Like, we picked an awesome team to build with us to help us do like tutorials, and all of our moderators, they are bomb. Like, we love them to death. We all just one big happy family.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so y'all, okay, you mentioned this. I'm writing a note. So talk to me about what's these moderators. What do you mean by that? What's a moderator?
Our moderators, they help us run our Facebook group. Like right now, while we're on tour, they're holding it down in a Facebook group. We have a few people: Tawana, Danetta, Lionel, Trina, Jessica,
who got
D, Damon, Megan. Like, they hold down the fort. We have some people that teach Photoshop, they teach Silhouette, they teach Affinity, they teach you everything: Silhouette, Sublimation, all over shirts, Trail, Antoinette.
Yes.
Like, they hold it down while we gone. They're like, y'all go do what y'all gotta do. We got this.
That's so dope, man. The big part that's just standing out for me and that I love out of everything is the support that y'all are getting from y'all's community. And I know that support is because of the energy y'all put out, the value that y'all have put out to help people. And it's just coming right back to you. Right. When you started getting these moderators and building this team, how did you kind of choose? Did people just reach out to you and be like, I want to be a part of it? Did you interview? Talk to me about how that worked.
We just sit back and watch, like, who's active and who's
willing to share,
who's willing to share, and we just give back to them as they give to us. We pour into them what they pour into us. We've had some moderators, that ran off and backstabbed us. That do happen. Everything is not all peaches and cream, but the team we have right now, they're solid, and we love them to death.
That's fire. That's so dope and inspiring. So you talked about, like, people know Photoshop, these different things. Do you have like classes or lives that you do on a weekly basis? Like, what's your cadence as far as the training goes?
Every day in the Bestie Hive is something new. Every day.
So it's something new every day. So every day I got something going on.
They have to be in the Bestie Hive to see what's going on. We create an event and they pull up from the event.
Hey, that's so dope. That's so dope. Kudos to y'all for all that value that you put out on a daily basis. I think that's fire. So you talked about y'all on the live tour, right? And I think I saw it. I went to the website. I was like, man, they round traveling city to city. We had a conversation before we got on the interview, but talk to us about how this whole live tour originated. Talk to me about the beginning of that.
The Besties was like, we started with meet and greets.
Yeah.
We did meet and greets, and they were like, well, can y'all teach us instead of just the meet and greets?
Right.
So we was like, well, why not? Let's do it.
That's fire. So I got a question for y'all. I think I don't know if it was in your group or if it's on YouTube, but I saw that y'all traveled somewhere. I feel like it might have been in Texas, maybe. And y'all went to a lady's house. It was a lady's house. Y'all went to her house.
Oh, that's what we call it.
What do we call it? I don't know what we call it. We just we
traveling with them. It's traveling besties. It's called traveling besties.
So what we do is we pick one member from the group, and we flew to Florida, and we went to meet her, and she just told us her story. We kind of eat with them and just help them, give them tips and tricks to grow their business. And as we leave, we always gift them with one thing. And like on the interview you're talking about, I think she had like a 15 by 15 heat press.
Yeah, it was that. Y'all gave a heat press.
Yes, you need to upgrade that. So before we leave, we gonna upgrade you. It's just a way of us giving back to our members in our group and just letting them know, like, we're humble, we're just like you, and we appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
That's so fire. Yeah, man. I when I watched that, I saw the whole thing, and then I remember I saw that y'all told her. and it looked like she shed some tears. I was like, that really touched her. So that's just amazing, like just the impact that y'all are doing and what y'all doing out there. So talk to me about the YouTube, right? We know we got a mutual friend. Sir Stan, you know what I'm saying? We was talking about you before the interview, how you keep pushing us on this on the YouTube. But talk to me about the YouTube and what y'all do over there and what y'all plan to do over there.
Well, Stan is like a drill sergeant, right? I just said it because I was military, but he be on you. Like if he sent a text message every 2 minutes, like, did you put it up yet? How many did you do? You know, but I love it because it keeps us focused, right, on what we need to be doing. Yeah. So we're definitely trying to push YouTube and do more tutorials. We're definitely going to try to start doing live YouTubes like you're doing right now. For the group members and everyone else who wants to learn sublimation.
I had to call her. I'm like, look, Stan is on us. Like, come on, hurry up with your video. We gotta get this put up here.
Hey, Stan the man.
Yes, thank you, Stan. If it wasn't for you, Stan, you know, we wouldn't even be pushing YouTube at all.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I mean, look, we wouldn't be doing this live show right now if it wasn't Stan. He was on me for a year. Hey, bro, you need to get on. You could get on YouTube. Get on YouTube. I like, bro, man, I ain't getting on YouTube, and I finally got it, and now we rocking and rolling with the Crafting Besties. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So. What are the next plans for y'all? Like y'all achieved these amazing results. You know, you got this amazing community, right? What are the next things that y'all want to do? Where do y'all want to take this? What's next? What's the vision?
We're planning on doing, once COVID is down and under wraps, we plan on doing this big crafting convention. Yeah. So we would love to have like a weekend convention where everyone fly in from all over and we do these hands-on trainings and, you know, just educate people more about sublimation and their choices and different stuff in different fields of sublimation, because it's not just, you know, ink and paper. You have to learn how to design. You have to learn how to press. You have to learn how to measure, because some people just put stuff on there and press it and it didn't come out right. It didn't line up because you didn't measure it. So we just want to have a big conference where we could teach everything sublimation. So hopefully soon, that's our next goal, to have a big crafting conference.
That's so fire. That's dope. So I got a question. What, like, you know, based on the feedback that you've gotten, what draws people to sublimation, right? Like we talked about, there are so many different things that you can do with crafting, but what draws people to make them be like, I want to learn how to do this?
I think we both did vinyl, love doing vinyl then, right? But sublimation is so much easier, and you can do more things with sublimation rather than vinyl. So I think for people gearing towards sublimation, it's an easier process, and you can offer your customer more products.
And
I see.
No beading, no, you don't have, it's just so simple. You print and press. It's like, would it take you 10 minutes to do a vinyl? You could do in 2 seconds with sublimation.
Oh, that's fire. That's good. That's good to be able to cut down on time, and you can scale faster with that. Yeah, so I think that's fire. What about startup costs? Like if somebody was like, if I came and I was like, look, man, I want to be a part of the Beehive. I want to get into the sublimation game today. What are the costs? What are the things do I need to invest in to get started?
We have a list that's in our group. It's under the announcement section. I personally recommend the ET16600 printer. Like that printer is so bomb. You don't have to worry about nothing. It's gonna last. It's not gonna break. You don't have nothing to worry about. So between your printer, your paper, your ink, your blanks, I would say you can start off.
Before you say the price, here's what I say.
It depends.
You have to know your budget for your business, right? I can't tell you it's going to cost you $500 to start sublimation, because if you want top of the line products, you're going to pay for it, right? But I will tell you, because so many printers are going away from converting for sublimation, I would have told you maybe $600 because the printers were cheaper then. But it's a higher demand with COVID, and you have more people becoming crafters because of COVID. That's why it's a high demand for everything, printers, heat presses. So we can't give you a rock bottom price on what is to start, but if you know what your basic foundation, what you want to start with, and you have that budget, then you work within that budget, and then you can always upgrade later.
If you tell us the budget, we'll tell you what you could afford, what you could get based upon.
I see. So there's like maybe a higher price premium printer or something like that. But then I might have more of like a budget friendly thing that I could get, right? And there's different options that I can choose from.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Sounds good. Perfect. All right. Cool. So With that being said, so you're gonna be what are your next, I guess, cities that you're gonna be doing, for your tour? Where are you going next? What's on the last leg of the tour?
Last leg
is Atlanta, right?
Yep, Atlanta, Tennessee.
So we're going
Atlanta.
to Houston, then Austin, then
Tennessee,
Gallinsburg, and then Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So for anybody in Tennessee, anybody around the Atlanta area, even if you in the Southeast, somewhere in a different state, y'all need to make sure y'all get out here. Now, one thing, Sue and Sasha, when it comes to your customers who learn from you, right? These workshops that they come and they learn, how are they going out to sell? I know y'all talked about being on Etsy and selling on Instagram. Are they doing different things to sell? Are they on different platforms at all? Like, talk to me about that.
Yes, we teach them how to set up their Etsy shops, and we teach them how to set up Shopify. So it just depends on them and their preference, but we walk them through it step by step. So if they want to do Etsy, we teach them how to do Etsy. If they want to do Shopify, we teach them how to do Shopify. So everything from starting a business to even doing it as a hobby, we teach it all.
Yep.
Right. And is there we don't have to go deep into it, but is there like a preference that you have? Like, why would someone choose an Etsy over a Shopify or Shopify over Etsy?
It just depends on the person clientele. Like if you don't have no customers at all, I would say Etsy because that's a bigger audience, and hashtags work on Etsy versus Shopify. You just give someone your website, that's your customer, they just go to your website. So if you don't have customers, Etsy will definitely bring you customers. So where I think
y'all still, you good? So I missed the last part of that. So it just broke up real quick.
I was saying that Etsy is more like if you don't have clientele yet and you're wanting to build it.
Yeah.
Etsy is for that. And Shopify is more like if you have customers, you're just giving them your link.
I see. Okay. Sounds good. Perfect. All right, y'all. Well, look, this has been amazing. I'm amazed at all these. Look. I'm just amazed at this. Look, I've done all these different interviews. Nobody has brought an audience like y'all have brought an audience. And just to see, you got these bees, and I'm just, everybody's rocking with y'all so heavy. It inspires me as somebody who, is a coach, somebody who, leads a group. That inspires me to be able to see that and what you've built. So I want to ask y'all this last few questions. What's like your purpose? Like, what is your purpose, right? I've even put on Instagram today, I talked about something about purpose. Like, what is your purpose for what you're trying to do and the mark that y'all are making on this world?
I would say we talk a lot, and the purpose for us is to bring you along with us on the same ride. So many people are stepping on each other's necks to get to the top. Right. But we're all about reaching down and pulling you up, right? Giving that motivation and that inspiration to tell you that you can do this too. It's not just us, because in order for us to build and expound upon what we have, we still have to give back. Right. So that's our purpose, to actually have them be where we are.
Right. And there's a lot of people in our group that suffer from depression, anxiety. People craft to cope with, losses, just anything. So when we're talking to our customers or talking to our group, it's not just all about, we're gonna sell your paper. It's more of a personal relationship. Like, we know you lost your kid. What can we do to help? Like, do you need us to create some designs for you? It's more of a personal connection. So as long as we can continue to help them, and I feel like if somebody write me and say, Sasha, you touch me and you changed my life just from this and that, that's my purpose.
Absolutely.
To help other people.
Yeah, that's so fire. That's good. Kudos to y'all. And I just love hearing, both answers and y'all's angle and just the reason for what y'all do. It ain't just about, money or all the numbers and all that stuff. It's the relationship. It's helping somebody. It's building somebody up, pulling them up to help them have a better situation in life. So last question I want to ask y'all is, show us the tattoos. When did y'all get tattoos? When did y'all do that?
Wait.
We're special.
Yeah, we can't get enough. When y'all do that, how long again did y'all do that?
Did he say it? Wait.
Yeah, I said we back. And so it say bestie. Oh, and it's the like the honeycomb.
Honeycomb with the bee.
Oh
Yeah, we'll try to do it that
man.
way.
Oh, y'all doing it big. How long ago y'all get it? Besties. I see it.
When did we get this? Like a few
probably
weeks
months
ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
We just had to make it official.
That's big respect, man. That's big respect. I respect everything y'all got going on. I love the friendship. I love the partnership. I love the community. This has been amazing. I think it's extremely inspirational to see where y'all came from, but then also just learning about the whole sublimation process. I told y'all this was new for me, and just to see how you can go through it, create these very detailed shirts. I think that it's just, it's fire. So with that being said, y'all, for the people who want to follow you, they ain't in the beehive yet, they want to get into the beehive, how can they find y'all? How can they connect with y'all?
You can find us on Facebook, Crafting Besties, Sublimation Paper, tutorials, and more. Instagram, we're Crafting Besties 2. YouTube, Crafting Besties.
And our Facebook page is Crafting Besties Paper.
Yeah.
Cool. So y'all just go to all the platforms, type in Crafting Besties. Y'all gonna find what y'all need. So look, Sue, Miss Sasha, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for sharing the story. I appreciate you gracing us with your presence. This has been extremely amazing, and we wish much success as y'all continue to y'all journey. And everybody, make sure y'all go follow, but also make sure y'all meet them in person. If y'all want to learn this stuff, go to some of them workshops and make sure y'all sign up. So with that being said, y'all, I truly appreciate it, and we'll be in touch, all right?
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
For me.
Okay, they got it all down fat. I see y'all. I appreciate it, y'all. All right, cool. Hey, that was extremely amazing, man. Y'all are so dope. Let me just look. I'm just gonna go comment. I'm just gonna go all the way up this whole timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like, for anybody, right? I don't care. Like, and we talked about the sublimation today, and we talked about what they do, right? But at the same time, we got so many people on here who own t-shirt brands. This is what this is about, right? It's about how can you bring a group of people together who have the same beliefs, who have the same values, who have the same goals. How can you get them so bought in to where even if you're not present, they're speaking your name, they're representing what you created. Sasha and Sue, they're on tour. They got a whole group of moderators that teach. They go live on every single day. And the thing that I really love about it is they said when they started this group, they started it for free. They started it for free. They put their time in, right? And then when it came to them dropping the product, boom, it was easy to go, right? People, it sold out just like that, right? And then they had to reorder, and it's just blown up faster than they ever imagined. So for everybody here who has a business, who has a t-shirt brand, take these things into consideration. Think about what you can do to build a tribe. That's exactly what they have. They have a tribe of people, right, that they are helping and sewing into every day. And that energy that they're putting out is coming right back to them. This is extremely valuable. I really love the conversation. Great ladies. I love seeing two Black women coming together, making great business, doing great things in the world. And I want y'all to make sure y'all go support them. Go to their Facebook book. I just talked to them before we was on the interview. Their Facebook group got I think they said it's almost 60,000 people. You know what I'm saying? So go in, learn. These can be some things that you can add to your product line. Even if you just want to have some personal shirts where you put some sublimation on it, right? It's a way to go. So I appreciate every single person here, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support for everybody that watches, for everybody that comments. If you can just do me a big favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it. Every single week, I'm trying to bring the best people on the show to give you value so you can take things to the next level with your brand, with your business, and your life. So with that being said, I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as I always say, if you can see it in your mind's eye, one day you're going to be able to see it with your real eyes. Peace, man. I truly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'll see you on the next episode.